He was a Nazi officer. He wore the uniform. He followed orders. But behind the scenes, he was risking his life to save the very people he was ordered to destroy. And then, just as mysteriously as he appeared, he vanished. This is the story of Georg Ferdinand Duckwitz, the Nazi who betrayed Hitler to save hundreds of Jews. And most people have never heard his name. It was 1943. World War II had engulfed Europe. Nazi Germany controlled Denmark, a small country trying to resist quietly. Duckwitz was sent to Copenhagen as a German diplomat. To the world, he looked like a loyal Nazi, but he had a secret. Duckwitz hated the Nazi regime. He had seen what they did in Poland. He knew about the ghettos, the camps, the mass graves. And when he received a classified order to begin the deportation of Danish Jews, he faced a choice: obey or rebel. Duckwitz pretended to cooperate, but in secret, he leaked the plan to Danish politicians and Jewish leaders. Then he did something unthinkable for a Nazi. He flew to Sweden, and he begged their prime minister to offer asylum to Denmark's Jews. It worked. Sweden agreed, but there was one problem. The deportation was scheduled in just a few days. There was no time. In a frantic operation, the Danish resistance, students, fishermen, priests, smuggled over 7,000 Jews out of Denmark. They hid them in basements. They rowed them across the sea in tiny boats. Duckwitz kept the Nazis distracted, and when the Gestapo finally noticed, it was too late. The deportation failed. Over 95% of Denmark's Jews were saved, one of the most successful rescues of Jews in the entire Holocaust. And it happened because of a Nazi. But here's where the story gets stranger. After the war, Duckwitz didn't boast. He didn't write a book. He didn't ask for recognition. In fact, most people thought he was a loyal Nazi. It wasn't until the 1960s that the truth came out. He was named Righteous Among the Nations by Israel, a title reserved for non-Jews who risked their lives to save Jews during the Holocaust. Georg Ferdinand Duckwitz is a reminder that history is not black and white. Evil doesn't always wear a villain's face. And sometimes the greatest acts of courage come from those you least expect. So next time someone tells you one person can't change history, remember the Nazi who saved thousands and then disappeared into the shadows. Backhand index pointing right like this story? Subscribe to Curious History and join us as we uncover the most surprising stories the past has tried to forget.